Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Fruits Basket on Season 2, which is on episode 20 or episode 45 in total, you know? 25 episodes in the first season, and we're up to the 20th episode for the second season, so add that together up, that's like episode 45. Anyways, this episode right here, it looks like to me we get to know a little bit more about Machi-chan and Kakeru, the two student council members, that I don't really bother trying to remember the names unless they are listed in a certain source that I look at, But aside from that, things are just getting a little possibly hectic, or maybe something of a more secretive way. Okay, maybe I'm being more confusing by saying things like that, but let's just get this started. Alright? We have to it that, Yuki's doing his student council meeting kind of thing, but not before, he announces in the classroom of his that we're going to do a play called Cinderella, And we all know Cinderella. I mean, we all have to know. I mean, you read it in elementary, you watched possibly the Disney film of it, even the live action film by any chance, which, yeah, obvious from the get-go, we all know what that story is from another fairy tale, etc. Childhood fairy tales, if anything. We get to see that in the student council room, it looks like a giant mess, and Machi's over there. And we get to know to it that that I guess Machi might have caused a mess again. We don't really know what the issue is, but we get to know maybe a little bit more about that later down the road. There's a student council meeting, which I don't see too important about it, but the scene between Yuki and Kakeru, the vice president of the student council, we get to see them finally talking to each other of what's up with Machi, We have to it that Kakeru asks Yuki about successorship inside a certain family, in the Soma family, but Yuki's like, I'm not too interested, and if anything else, someone else, I'm not too involved with it anyways. And we get to know more about the episode about Kakeru and Machi, We get to know Kakeru and Machi are actually siblings, but different mothers involved. Now that may seem a little off-putting or a little awkward in a certain sense, but this tends to happen in many families. I mean, his mother was a mistress to his father, while his father's daughter is from his real wife. And something about successorship, etc. And when Kakeru grew up in it and he gotten sick and tired of it, he became his own person, and eventually his mother's like, you know what, fine, I don't think I want you to be a successor anyway, get the hell out. And that's when Kakeru started to be an overjoyed boy or something, carefree, crazy crackhead or something. Well, not in a crackhead bad sense, but in a way of he's like a clown in a certain way, Of course, Yuki gives us some advice that you just gotta live with it, etc., and find a way how to go through with it, I mean, Machi, I think she might have done all that mess because she's gone through a lot of stress, that kind of thing. Maybe because she's chosen to become a successor to maybe her father's company or to something else involved, but whatever the case may be, it's not making her happy and it's making her sick mentally. Which I think I can understand, everyone has their outbursts and breakdowns to a point that it may be abnormal, but whatever the case may be she's not looking so great. Aside from that, Yuki does get a signature permission to maybe get a cell phone whatsoever, which is really nice. I mean, when it comes to cell phone nowadays, especially at this time in modern age of where we're at to a gentrifying point, no one can really live without a cell phone unless they never used one at all to that point, that kind of thing. Aside from that, Yuki's mother does have a little small talk with her a bit and says, hey, don't spend too much on the phone, okay? That kind of thing. I'm like, oh, isn't that cute? And then there's some stupid rumors involved about fireworks and campfires, which is something that's spread by Kakeru, and Yuki almost was about to kill him, Not literally kill him, but to a point that I'm about to skin you alive kind of thing. And you guys might be saying, okay, can you put it in better words than not make it look like he's going to kill him? Yeah. He pretty much was going to, scold him or discipline him in a way that may be super annoying and it could get into a nasty situation. Whatever the case may be, we have to it that Machi does apologize for what she did yesterday, on that, what she did, and she'll do her best not to let it happen again. But we have to that Yuki tries to tell her, well, I'm gonna tell you this. You think you could like talk to us about this? I mean, like if you're not open up to this at all, it may not work out, etc. But that aside, the roles for Cinderella is actually already announced, and Kyo is gonna be the prince, while Hanajima is gonna be Cinderella, while Toru's gonna be like the evil stepsister, and because some stupid chick flick are antagonizing Toru that badly in a certain sense, I'm like, oh my gosh, just shut it already, okay? Whatever the case may be, she'll do her best kind of thing, but that aside, Yuki went back to the student council room and asks where's Machi and Kakeru, and we get to know that they went out to go do some shopping. And Yuki went into a room, and the door ends up closing, and it's kind of it has a lock problem to a point that it can't open, or you can't turn the lock. Talk about a nasty situation, right? I mean, for real. Aside from that, Yuki ends up thinking in the dark while the other two go get help, Kimi and this other small freshman guy, I don't know. Whatever the case may be, Yuki's actually having a nasty remembrance or something, or some kind of like whatchamacallit, nostalgia when he saw Akito at that time at the summer house, telling him, yeah, I know what you want from Toru. Stop acting like you're doing so optimistically, And Kakeru and Yuki come out and talk a little bit, but whatever the case may be, it looks like to me the episode ends off with like what Yuki wants from Toru, is something that he's yearning for, but it stopped when he said like something what I yearn from her is. It's like, I don't know. Aside from that, like I said, there's just a student council meeting kind of thing, but one of the highlights of this episode is just like Kakeru and Machi are like step siblings, I guess, because their mothers are different, and their fathers are the same though, but you guys get the point, hopefully. But that aside, Cinderella play, etc., and get to know more about Kakeru and Machi, and why Kakeru's maybe a little more of a stepping kind of clown kind of that guy, but he's a good guy, I guess. But that aside, looking forward to the next episode. I mean, like that it's called There Was Definitely, and yeah, don't know what's bound to happen next, but hopefully it might be exciting. Guess we're about to find out, right? So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Ta-da!